shit set up once again. There we go. I think that's good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Alright. See you guys a bit of blessings. Alright. So what is going on, gang? So, I think, what was it? Sunday was the summer solstice, and yeah, so we're just kind of integrating the energies from the summer solstice, um, which has been quite heavy, man. Not heavy, not heavy. There's, I guess, things coming up to get released, I guess. And what's it called? I don't know. The energy just feels intense. I know we're in the year of the fire horse, right? So a lot of fire and movement energy going on. And my energy right now, I just feel to just, I don't know, I just feel to go on like a bender, if that makes sense. My energy just feels like, oh yeah, I just want to go just wild, like just, I don't know, go like on a 3 day bender or something. I know, that's just my energy right now, man. It's a bit mad. You guys gonna have to bear with me because I'm using this budget headset that I bought down the market when my intuition was like, oh no, you should just go and buy the other one from the other store. And I was like, oh, let me just buy it now. And I just bought it. And then now I regret it because the headset is just whack. It's one of them, it's a wired one, but it's still got to connect the Bluetooth to work. So, like, I've got a Bluetooth headset at home, so what's the point? All right. So let's just check in with the collective. Let's pop in. Um, Remember, it's going to be a general reading, so only take what resonates for you. And remember, it's a timeless reading, so when you come across this video, it's for you as well. I was literally just catching some sun. It feels so good being in the sun, man. I swear down if it feels so good being in the sun. Currently, I think it's at 34 degrees in London. So being in the sun is good, but not too long. Like people, like I was telling some stranger this the other day. Like, yeah, like when you see like other like not religions, other races, yeah, like I don't know, Indians or Africans or I don't know, Moroccans or whatever. Just using that as an example. It's all right to be in the sun to get a bit of sunlight, but if you check other like what's the word, other races, should we say? Yeah, we just go for races. When the sun's out, they usually hide in the not hide in the shade, but they're usually in the shade. Like if you're looking around, I don't know when I'm on holiday or even like traveling in England or London or whatever. Like when you see most other races or whatever, it's not they avoid the sun, but they're not um standing in it. It's that when the sun's at the hottest, they're in the shade and then come back out, if that makes sense. But British people, because we're lacking vitamin D, we see a bit of sun and we're just on it, right? Trying to make the most of it, which ain't good, which isn't good because we're lacking vitamin D, we end up sitting in the sun and getting like heat stroke and stuff. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, let's see what's popping anyway. Just saying what's going on to people in the chat. What's popping? What's popping? Oh, hit that like button for me, guys, so it helps with the algorithm and all this other crap. Because yeah, this technology, the algorithm and that these days is just terrible. If it was about before YouTube, it's just like a whole different world. Just been watching it evolve and just like, dude, this is just bullshit. But anyway, let's get it popping. All right, the first card that come out is Lady. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. So it's about looking kind of sometimes when you're going through like a period of growth or shedding, should we say, it may feel that you're kind of stagnant and that you're not growing, right? But you need to kind of look back to see how far you've come and obstacles that you overcome and challenges that you overcome. to kind of see how far you've actually come. So I was doing it. I think last week I was looking back. I was like, wow, I've actually come a long way on my journey, man. Um, from I don't know, to say drinking. I don't know. Just use drinking as an example. I think it was 2014. I had to go to a detox for drinking and was there for like 10 days. And I haven't drunk in like, I think it's like 11 years or something, man. And so I don't pay attention to it, but it's like when I tell people it, it's like, oh, wow, you're doing really good, man. It's like, oh, yeah, I don't even acknowledge, like, we don't acknowledge our accomplishments. It's like we set a goal, achieve a goal, and then crack on to the next one, right? But yeah, I'm trying to come to a place of acknowledging my accomplishments and how far I've come on my journey. So you may be going through something similar, and it's also about reaping the rewards as well. So be open to receive the rewards of how far you've come as well. What you put out, you get back. So if you've been putting the work in, putting the work in, putting the work in, being kind and helping other people, it might not show straight away, but it will eventually show because you're putting in work and you're helping the collective, right? Um, some of you may be being guided to eat more apples during this time. Uh, some of you may be trying to eat a bit more greenery during this time as well for the summer. I don't know. I don't want to eat, but I eat late at night, which is not good. It's like I don't know, the last couple of weeks, should we say? It's like when it comes to, I won't eat nearly all day, or I eat fruit during the day, and then when it comes to the evening, I make up for it, which I need to kind of sort out because I was having like 3 meals a day, and that kind of balances out my energy flow. So I like to run on adrenaline, so it's like the ADHD brain. Don't need food, just running around all day. And it's like no, when I eat, it levels me out. If that makes sense. So yeah, let's see what else is popping. So you're going through a period of growth, and and remember to reward yourself as well, and enjoy growth. Sometimes growth is not always comfortable. So sometimes it's about the growth will the universe will throw you outside your comfort zone, and then you have to kind of grow through it. You grow you grow, you grow through what you go through. Just comes to mind. The next card is summer. That's so funny. Bask in the joy of life. So right now is the time to be enjoying the weather. If you can, try to make the most of it. As British people, we we moan about the hot weather and we moan about the cold weather, right? So it's about just enjoying it and being grateful, because it's about like the ups and the downs, the hot and the cold. Um, yeah, there's a lot going on. As again, you're right. Um, the in and the out, the ups and the downs. So it's about enjoying it all, but also trying to like make the most of the summer, because yes, it's seasonal and it changes. Like it's like a bit like emotion. Um, everyone wants to kind of hold on to happiness, but happiness is emotion. Happiness comes and goes. Like sadness. If you're going through a bit of sadness, um, nothing's stuck. The universe is in constant change, right? So wherever you're out on your journey, kind of be grateful, one, and just be appreciative because things can be a lot worse, right? So taking that summer sun. And also there's a lot of light codes and energy coming off the sun right now as well. So the more you absorb, the more you're gonna integrate and it's gonna change not change your energy, but it's gonna have an effect on your energy kind of. The next card is trust trust in the higher forces, right? So that's basically saying about trusting in the unknown because a lot of people focus on the external instead of the internal, and there's a lot more going on in the unseen realm than the seen realm. People think, oh yeah, this is the external is real, but it's not really real. It's like a projection of our internal world, should we say, or collective, should we say. But yeah, trust in the higher forces, man. Call upon your angels and guides. and your ancestors. They're trying to work with you and trying to guide you through um, your current transition or whatever you're kind of currently going through. Some of you may be being drawn to shamanism or plant medicine. Uh, some of these may have ancestors or bloodlines linked to South America or the indigenous. Some of these might have a connection to owls as well. Owls are actually very spiritual. You might have to check out the meaning behind the owl. The next card is Direction Guardian. Oh, interesting. Choose your path. So right now you might be kind of at a stage of not knowing what path to take or which direction to take. Um, so some of you might need to kind of plan out what direction you want to go in, or some of these may be being too rigid and need a bit more flexibility to change direction in the direction that you're going. Some of these may be Leos or Tauruses, is what I'm getting. But yeah, you have to. It's about discovery. What? Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, I was talking to this kid the other day. Like, I was sitting in the park smoking a joint, and then this kid come. This no, it was not even a kid. He was like 18, 19, and we asked him for a lighter, and I was like, yeah. Like I looked at him. I was like, yeah, we actually doing with my lighter, and he's like, I want to spark up. So I was like, yeah, cool, because I thought he was gonna, I don't know, fucking want it to light, I don't know, fucking a stick or something. I don't know, man. These kids these days. So then we ended up kicking it. And I was like, oh, yeah, you might as well sit down. And we ended up talking for about an hour and a half. And then I was like, I don't know, I was kind of channeling while I was talking to him. And I was like, yeah, what's your passion? What are you interested in? And he was like, oh, he wants to build a motorcycle from scratch or whatever. And I was like, and he was like, oh, yeah, like, you've shown me his bike that he made, like, you know, the electric bike he said he built from scratch or whatever. And I was like, that's where your passion is, yeah? When whatever comes, there's going to be challenges and circumstances that come up on the journey. But the more that you drift away from your passion and your hobbies, the more kind of disconnected from self you are, if that makes sense. So it's like, I don't know, say for instance, you want to be a musician, right? But then your parents or family members want you to be, I don't know, a doctor or a surgeon or something. If you go to be a surgeon or a doctor, you're going against your internal compass from being a musician and creating art, if that makes sense. So a lot of people end up being miserable because they're doing something that they don't really want to do, and there can be a lot of what's the word? There can be a lot of guilt, shame, embarrassment. What's the word? Like dishonor and stuff like that. You know, when you or a lot of yeah, that's it. Shame. You bring a lot of shame to the family by doing your own thing, basically. It's that the older generation want, well, not all of them, but the majority of them want us to be miserable how they were. Like, you know, like having to do things that they didn't want to do. Don't get me wrong, it's about the balance, right? It's not about doing things that you don't want to do. Everyone has to do things that they don't want to do. But when it comes to your passion and stuff like that, that is like non-negotiable. That is well, for me anyway. For me in this time, it's like, yeah, man, if I'm interested in something, I'm gonna be doing it. Like, well, I've always been like that, anyway. But yeah, I'm not gonna be putting uh my joy and happiness to the side for someone else. That's a bit mad. Yeah, that's a bit mad. But yeah, so yeah, it's about choosing your path. What do you want to create in your life, or what do you want there? And sometimes what we want isn't always best for us, and sometimes uh The universe will deliver what you need, not what you want. And right now, everyone is kind of in this thing about, oh, I need this, I need this. But do you actually need it, or is it a want? It's about differentiating. Well, is that it? Differentiating, knowing the difference between the need and the want. So, yeah, what do you want on your path? Or what direction do you want to go in? You might be going on a new adventure, or starting a new venture, or being guided to go down a new path. And maybe being kind of guided to more, not you guys, but being guided to go more deeper on your practices. So it's always good to read. It's always good to read. Knowledge is power. And the next card is drop your shield. So some of you maybe be coming off like offensive, or yeah, offensive, defensive. That's the one. Trying to come off defensive, but it's just the ego. The ego is trying to defend. Like, what are you trying to defend? Is the question, or what is the ego trying to defend? The ego is always trying to find problems and create scenarios that don't really exist. Most of it is the mind. Um, and when you're, that's something that I noticed as well. The when you're getting triggered, it's actually indicating something that is going on for you. There might be a boundary that's been crossed, or you need to speak your truth. Um, or sometimes when people trigger you, they're actually reflecting parts of you that you dislike in yourself, or they're triggering parts of you that you may be what's the word, suppressing. Yeah, suppressing. Like, oh yeah, no, I'm not say for instance, I don't know, I'm not an angry, aggressive person, but in certain situations you may be angry and aggressive. So you're trying to deny that part of yourself, if that makes sense. So it's about kind of accepting that, accepting the triggers. Um, but yeah, there's a part of the awareness. Once you become aware, um, yeah, once you become aware, that's when you can start making the changes. So it's like, yeah, if you're getting triggered by somebody, it's take a step back and think why you're feeling triggered, or what is this person doing to trigger you. You know, because the trigger has insight in it for you to learn and to grow. um, I don't know. Some of you may be being drawn to peacock feathers at the moment, or like the peacock colors. What I'm also getting is some of these may want to work with labradorite crystal as well. That might be helpful for you during this time, to do with the third eye, inner sight. Um, so you can kind of get an understanding. Now, when you start getting inner sight, you kind of start seeing through situations and the 3D realm, and start kind of seeing things on more of a deeper level, should we say? One sec, bear with me, gang. Some of you need to protect your energy as well. So some of you may need to cleanse. Some of you may need to go out and ground. There may be people around you that's just sucking your energy. Also, some of you may be into energy healing work, or should be guided, or not should be, may want to check out like energy healing, like Reiki, because you've got this the hand, and it's just like a crystal or a spear coming out of the hand, and that's how like the Reiki kind of energy works. Comes through the hands and the feet. So again, you're gonna have to bear with me, mate. Right, let me do that as well. So the next card you've got is Medicine Guardian. Be open to healing information. Like I was literally just saying about Reiki and healing. So that's like confirmation, right? Um, some of you may be actually wanting to get more into the healing arts. That doesn't mean because that that symbol represents represents healing, and you see it on ambulances in hospitals. In I don't don't know. Yeah, I think you see it in dentists as well, but it's just healing in general, right? And it's also green. So some of these may want to can either some of these may have a green aura, or some of these may want to work more with green. Green helps stimulate the heart chakra, forgiveness, acceptance, um, and all that good stuff. And this pigeon is being a pest. Leave her alone. Um, yeah, so some of you, I don't know, this is just randomly coming up as well because I'm seeing a cup. So some of these may want to start drinking from like a copper cup is what's coming to mind as well. Um, sorry guys, kind of multitasking. I'm not good at multitasking. Um, yeah, so some of you may want to drink from a copper cup. Some of you may want to check out other ways of healing, you know, because people think, oh yeah, you go to the doctor and get sick. There's many different ways of healing. So instead of using, I don't know, prescription, you can start checking out more natural remedies. So, say for instance, you're feeling anxious, you can drink lemon balm or chamomile tea. Yeah. Um, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, there's being open to different forms of healing, as the card keeps saying, because there's many different forms. Like there's color therapy. If you're wearing a certain color, right, it will help stimulate that chakra, and then you can start helping the vibration. Color therapy. There's also journaling, uh, getting stuff out of the mind and into the physical. So even writing stuff down is getting it out of the mind and into the physical as well. Crystal healing, Reiki. There's Sekim Pekka is what I was practicing that like earlier on in the year, but the course wasn't I weren't resonating with the teacher, and that's also important as well. If you're going into like you've got to resonate with the teacher. So say for instance you're going to get a tarot reading or start a new course. If you don't resonate with the teacher, you're not really going to enjoy the course. If that makes sense, and it's more of a vibrational thing. You have to be on the like vibrational match to that's why they call it a vibe. Yeah, that's why they call it vibe. Because you can just pick up the vibe whether you're going to get on with someone or not. The more in tune you are, then you'll get it sooner or later. Yeah, the more in tune you are, you'll get it. If you vibe with someone, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, take that as confirmation. Yeah, the more you are in tune with yourself, the more you understand about the vibe that you're getting of someone or something. People, places, and things is more of a vibe, and you can just tell. Okay, cool. Let's crack on. Oh yeah, hit them likes up for me, please, guys. I appreciate it because it's more of the likes that helps the algorithm. I think, and it's annoying because I don't do all this like, share, subscribe, and all that crap. We're not about that. I'm just here to spread the message. The next card is trust and thrive. So yeah, it's about trusting the process. Once again, I think is it in the same thing? Yeah, no, it's not in the same thing. Yeah, but that's the second time trust has come out. So it's about building a relationship with yourself to trust the process. Um, and yeah, I've been using affirmations actually. What's it? I trust myself. I love myself. I honor myself. I love. I love myself. I honor myself. I trust myself, and I value myself. They're like, yeah, I don't know if you chant them. Yeah, I don't know. That's something. But yeah, trusting yourself is like key, you know. But if you had to grow up in like dysfunction or just even being neurodivergent, should we say, trusting yourself and stuff, you're looking, when you don't trust yourself, you're looking externally for the answers when all the answers that you have are within, right? So it's like trying to build that relationship. Like, I don't know. For me, it's like decision making. Oh yeah, what are we supposed to eat? Oh, I don't know. And then it's like for directions. Like, I know I'm a good navigator. Like if I'm on my own, but having to explain where we're going to somebody, it's that I don't trust myself doing that when I know, which don't make sense really. But yeah, it's about trusting yourself and thriving. You know, sometimes some of you might not like being in the spotlight or like too much attention. Like you're good at what you do, but you don't want to be seen for doing what you do. Maybe I don't know. You may be going through a period of kind of thriving as well. Kind of it's weird because this happens to me sometimes. Like internally, right? I could have a lot going on or just being in like turbulence, right? But then the external is actually going really smooth, so I'm actually really thriving, which I'm trying to get my head around. Which well, this is within the past. Now it's been pretty smooth sailing. Um, yeah, pretty smooth sailing. Pretty smooth sailing. Oh yeah, this has been a lifesaver for the last couple of days. Having some mint leaves in water, and then I freeze it. Fucking great, great. And I think where was it? Where did I get it from? I think it's got it from Dawson. Like I've got this big bag. Is it Dawson? Is that Dawson or Camden? Might have been Dawson. I've got this big bag. Like there's a big bag of mint. I think it's like 50p or a pound. Yeah, because I don't shop local. That's wrong. So yeah, you may be going through. You need to trust the process more. You need to trust the process. You need to trust yourself, and you need to trust the universe and your ancestors and guides, because everything is happening as it should. You know, everything is unfolding exactly how it should. So you just got to kind of ride the wave. Ride the wave. What's it called? Some of these might be. I don't know what that's called. The symbol behind the uh three spirals. I don't know what that's called. My sister's got that tattooed, but I don't know what it's actually called. But I think it's very similar to the tree of life, seed of life, uh, Metatron's cube. I think it's all related to that. I think they're all interconnected. That's what I'm saying. I was telling someone as well. Like science, yeah. Science tries to split everything down to the smallest atom when it's like really and truly science and spirituality are interconnected. One is not the other, if that makes sense. But science tries to separate everything down to the smallest atom, and if it can't be proved by science, then it's not real or whatever. And it's like, dude, that is not. That's not how it is. That's not how it is. That's not how it is. Yeah. It's not how it is. And I'll give you the lowdown on one of the cheat codes, but I can't speak too much. So basically, you see all nearly all, or a good majority of like the prescriptions and stuff that we get from the pharmacies, they all come from a herb. They all come from nature. So it's like you might as well just go straight to the source, if that makes sense, and get the herb, and it's gonna do less harm on the body. But yeah, anyway, going on a little ramble. All right, let's see what else is popping. Let's see what else is popping. And then the last card, I'll keep putting it off. 222 on the clock. So some of you may be seeing repeated numbers as well. Um, Hunter, track down your fears and desires. Oh, oh, interesting. Because I've been trying to do that. Like once you kind of identify your fears and your desires, you can kind of start knowing your triggers and stuff more. And then for me, it's like, okay, if I'm feeling fear, it's like that's more ego. So it's like, oh, the ego is more in the driver's seat at the moment, if that makes sense. And it's like, um, there's only kind of two real forces in the universe, anyway, and that's love and fear. There's when you're coming from a place of love, that's like all, all your soul, and then the ego is like the external, um, and the ego's got all the like we need the ego. Don't get me wrong, we need the ego to function, but um, we don't need all the defense mechanisms and barriers that is put in the way for us to proceed on our journey. Because in a way, it's keeping us, it can be keeping us stuck. Guys, just see the pest. Leave her alone. Yeah, so you just went and scared her off. Bro. She was just chilling, taking in the sun. Yeah, yeah. You just nature is funny. But yeah, anyway, what was the last card? Um, track down your fears and desires. So um, people think, oh, desires have to be a bad thing. Desires don't have to be a bad thing. It's okay to want something, right? Or yeah, it's okay to want something, but um, and some actually okay, some of these may have certain desires, but feel kind of guilty or might be a cultural thing. Maybe feel guilty or uh, a bit of shame for wanting to experience that desire, if that makes sense. Um, but it's like not all the desires are bad, right? Some of the desires, yeah, you actually come here to experience, if that makes sense. So it's like what all right, I'm trying to be mindful of what I'm saying. So if you have a desire and because listen to this guy and he basically and I can get it. It's a part and this is why I've been kind of oh yeah, I've been uh, I've been reading Tantra, right? And people think Tantra is it's about sex, right? But it is, but it's not the only art of Tantra. Basically, the art of Tantra is about being as present as possible and using all your senses in whatever experience that you're in. So obviously, if you're practicing Tantra while you're having sex, right, you're going to be using all the senses. So it's going to be more, you're going to be more present and it's going to be more intense, should we say, because you're going to be more present, right? But if you're practicing that Tantra in any uh what's the word in any interaction or anything that you experience in life, you're going to be experiencing it to the fullest because you're going to be 100% present or as present as possible instead of just being on autopilot. If that makes sense, right? So what it was basically saying is if you're 100% present with your desires, right, and you experience them, once you experience them, you probably will lose interest in them, if that makes sense, right? So it's okay, but it's as long as you're not gonna be causing yourself harm or whatever, go experience the whole journey of being a human is to experience. You've got six senses, yeah, to experience like the physical realm and also the spiritual realm, yeah, the subtle realm. But the more in tune you are with yourself and in nature, the more in tune you are going to be. The more disconnected from nature you are, the more disconnected from self you are going to be, right? So as it was saying about fears and desires, you can still this is why I've been kind of practicing tantra. This book's kind of actually low key holding me. It's actually a thick book, and I don't really read. No, don't I lie. That's a lie. That is a lie. Yeah, I read a lot, yeah, but I read hella slow. I read hella slow because I'm dyslexic, right? So it's like if it's not grabbing my attention, I'll still read it, but it'll just take me longer to read it. But it's like, dude, I'm already halfway through this book, and I've only been reading it for about maybe 2 weeks or so. And it's like I'm learning a lot from it about being present, and it's teaching me a lot. So it's kind of going into other practices as well. Um, but yeah, about your desires, they don't all like people think, oh yeah, you've got a desire, it's bad. It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Um, and a lot of the desires are something that we haven't experienced, right? So once you experience it, you're gonna have a less desire for it. And this is where a lot of problems comes in as well, because I see it a lot of the generations. You know, when they tell you, because I'm definitely one of them. If you tell me to not do something, I'm going to do it more because I want to experience it, right? So as a teenager, oh yeah, you shouldn't smoke and you shouldn't smoke. So there, I'm there getting fried, right? So if people are saying, oh yeah, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, it's gonna end up becoming a desire because um, either you want to try it because you're intrigued by it or you enjoy it. As long as it's not causing yourself no harm or someone else harm, then enjoy, live life. Just don't you. And that's another thing. People, um, what's the word? Get a lot of shame, guilt. There's a lot of negative emotions from wanting to experience your desires, right? And it's like, dude, like in reality, there's no good or bad, right? I'm kind of going off on a rant actually, but yeah, whatever. Is it channeling? I don't know. If I'm channeling some of this, whatever, I'll just go with it. Um, what's it called? There is no good or bad. It's just our experience to it. So whatever situation, that's why you want to try to come from a neutral place, like in general, because it's our attachment to the good or bad that makes the experience good or bad. When in reality, it's just a situation, right? And it's like um, that's where kind of heaven and hell comes into. It's more people think heaven and hell is a place. It's not a place. It's where your vibration is at. Because if your vibration is kind of low and you're in survival mode in the lower chakras, you're going to be feeling kind of hellish. You're going to be on survival mode. You're going to be worrying about money. You're going to be worrying about. You're just going to be in a fearful state. Then when you start kind of raising your vibration to like I don't know the heart or above, they start. Okay, let's just use the heart because the heart is like the main right, the Taurus field and stuff. You know, people don't understand how important the heart chakra is because that's where the Taurus field is. You know, when you hug someone, right, you should hug them heart to heart because your the Taurus field intertwines, and this is where you kind of get energy transference. So even like talking about like sexual energy and stuff, like people don't understand how important it is because even by hugging someone, shaking their hand, or having sex with somebody, you're transferring energy. Um, and you're communicating without words in a way, should we say? Um, so yeah, the heart chakra is really important. But the heart's to do with forgiveness, love, joy, acceptance, unconditional love. Unconditional love is the main one because that's if uh, if any of you have done plant medicine, right, you will understand that the only real emotion there is like in is just unconditional love. Everything is just unconditional love at the end of the day. And um, at their core, sorry, it's the core. At the core of you is just unconditional love, right? But then you get conditioned by society, religion, and blah blah blah, and then you build layers on top of that, right? And it's about trying to work through that to find out who you really are at the core. Um, but yeah, doing plant medicine opens you up to different realms, you would say, and it opens you up energetically instead of being closed down energetically. When you're on plant medicine, you're actually opened up energetically. So, say for instance, I don't know, I'll use this as an example. Say for instance, you could be very unforgiving. You don't like to give or receive love, right? When you're on certain plant medicines, you will. This is not for everybody. Yeah, this is not for everyone. Just to let you guys know. But if you're interested in it, do your own research, right? Read books about plant medicine and mind altering substances, right? Um, yeah, be mindful because some can lead into addictions as well. Yes, they can. If you're trying to use it for escapism, yeah, for escapism, because that's what most people do with drugs and alcohol or substance, yeah, plant medicine. It's a form of escapism. So they think, oh yeah, I'm doing plant medicine or I'm drinking alcohol when they're really escaping, if that makes sense, or trying to avoid not dealing with something. Um, but yeah, anyway, uh, yeah, thanks, Nate. Um, what's it called? Just checking for the birds, man. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the heart. Anyway, yeah. Underneath everything is just unconditional love, and the more closer to love you are, it's just like a scale, you know. Like the more away from love, the more away from love you are, the more ego based you would be, should we say? So like you could get like narcissism and stuff like that because they're so disconnected from self, right? And they're so far away from being able to give and receive love, right? So they're the opposite end of the scale. The other side of the scale is you could say I don't know a yogi or a guru, right? Because they're closest to it. But the gurus and the yogis and stuff, from what I've been researching and the information, is they because I went through a period of this as well. Is they stop not not stop, but they kind of neglect the physical body, right? And they kind of wither away, but they're more in tune energetically. Energetically, they're untouchable, right? But physically, they're withered away because where us experiencing we're God in human form, but we need to balance out the external and the internal, right? So it's like, all right, cool. If you're being a yogi, you're going to be on the opposite end of the scale, just concentrating mainly on the inner work and kind of neglecting the body, right, to a certain degree. And on the other end of the scale, you're going to be so more concerned with the external world rather than your internal world. So everything's going to be all external, if that makes sense. So you're going to be very disconnected from self. Um, I'm not really interested in. You'll be quite shallow, like surface level, if that makes sense. So you want to. For me, I try to come from a neutral place, or try to be like use a bit of detachment. Like yeah, stuff is going on. Okay, I may feel triggered, but I don't have to respond. This is me. Like this is yeah. Before I'd be more responsive, no, reactive than responsive, right? But now I'm coming from a place of more responsive than reactive. But it took me a long time. I've been doing this for like a decade now. Yeah, I've been doing no longer, maybe yeah, about a decade, 11 years maybe or so. But I've always been in tune like that, but not understanding. You know, when you got gifts from a young age, and it's like you don't know how to use them, and it's like okay. When you get older, you get certain tools and stuff, and you start learning how to navigate this 3D realm, should we say, which is interesting. I even remember being in primary school, um, like, dude, this is not how we're meant to be living, bro. Like, this is like you're telling me to sit down and shut up, fam. Like, what? I need to be out running around climbing. Oh, I don't know how this is gonna work out, gang. Anyway, my, my phone was in the sun and my phone was getting fried. My phone was catching a tan. But yeah, so I've kind of gone in the shade now, so you're gonna have to bear with me with this ghetto setup. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be there. A few more. But yeah, I don't know that with the thing interrupted the channel, but kind of pick up where we left off. Kind of. The next card is hold space, right? So it's interesting because me personally, I generally like holding space for people. Holding space is very healing, and what I found on my journey is just talking is very healing. Um, and just holding space for someone to yeah, just holding space for someone. Um, and that's how you connect as well, because most people they are we're in a like we're in a time where people talk and people respond instead of there being a pause and then responding, if that makes sense. And it's like, okay, not everything needs to be kind of instant. That people send a text message and they want like an instant response. And it's like, dude, it's not. We're not meant to be like that. We're meant to. Someone asks you a question, you're kind of meant to sit there, have a think about it, and then respond, right? Not respond. Oh yeah, like automatically. But yeah, just see, some of these may be some of these may be some of these are good listeners, but also some of these may want to check out becoming a therapist, like a counselor or a life coach or a mentor. Some of these have really old souls. Clear quartz crystal would also be beneficial for some of you. Also, some of you may benefit from being around elders and listening to elders, if that makes sense. Um, because I don't know, uh, I'll tell you a bit about Master anyway. Um, what's it called? Uh, yeah. Um, so trying to get my bearings right. Anyway, all right, cool. All right. I'll tell you some of my experience. For me, I grew up in a single parent household, so my mum was a single parent, right? So I lack. That's not that I lack. I'm learning, but yeah, I lacked growing up at the male role model or father figure, right? So it's like I'm always open, not that I'm always looking for that father figure, but it's like I'm looking for, yeah, I'm kind of looking for it in a way, or certain bits of guidance, right? Um, and if you grew up in a single parent household, or your mum was, yeah, single parent household, um, and didn't have a father figure there, then you'll be able to kind of relate, right? Because women are more reactive and men are more action based, right? So if you grew up in a house full of women, you're going to naturally become more reactive instead of acting, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, yeah. The women more are reactive and men more think about a situation and yeah, masculine and feminine energy, right? Um, so when was it the on the weekend? My friend was like, "Oh yeah, do you want to go to his elder's house, right?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. Like, I don't. Let's meet." And then we went round to his elder's house, and his elder is like a old school Jamaican man, and so we're there just kicking it, literally kicking it, and just telling them bare stories and insights and information and that. And I'm just there taking it in, and it's like I like that. not that I need him or anything, but he's giving me wisdom and insight and kind of knowledge that I lack. So he's very in tune, and I'm in tune as well. So and when I'm speaking, I listen. But that's a lot of what's happening in society. There's a lot of talk and not listening, if that makes sense. But you learn more from listening than speaking. So it depends what situation I'm in, because sometimes I talk enough, and then sometimes I listen. I don't talk. I go mute. Um, and it's like, yeah. So some of you may benefit from trying to seek out and not seek out, but yeah, seek out an elder. Like I don't know, you might have that one neighbor in the estate who you're cool with, who's got stories or whatever. Hang with them. And also another thing is, I'll just give you some insight as well. A lot of people listen to what, not all, but a good majority of addicts, right? Um, they have a lot of insight and knowledge and wisdom. Yeah, that minus the coping skills and stuff. But what they actually listen to what they actually have to say. Like even when you see that alcoholics on the street, them ones that want to just have a chat or whatever. Not all of them, some of them. Some of them are very wise and got a lot of information that would be good to share. Um, but yeah, you're good. You're good at holding space. So hold space for people. Um, and some of you may want to seek out an elder. The next card is She Wolf. Unleash the wild within. So yeah, I had a feeling. I didn't have a feeling this was gonna come up, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. For me, I feel this energy of just going wild. Yeah, I just want to go wild. Just I don't know. It's like the inner teen. When it comes to summertime, my inner teen likes to come out and have fun and just party. And I feel in that energy. I just want to party, stay up late. Um, I don't drink, but like just go on a bender. I don't know, a couple days bender or something. Even though I don't drink, I don't know, but the energy's there. It's like heightened. Everything is like movement energy. So some of you may be feeling this movement energy. Some of you are very connected to the moon as well. Um, some of you definitely need to have fun, kind of let your hair down, go clubbing, or I don't know, just do something to have fun, man. Because a lot of people don't know how to have fun. Like take away the iPad and alcohol and substances. How do you have fun, or what do you do to unwind? Like for me, I don't know. I like to draw. I would like to start writing more. I write music, skateboard. I don't know. I do a lot of things, man. I do a lot of things. But then sometimes I can go through periods where I just don't want to do anything, and I just want to sit out and zombie out on a film, films or sit a good series, like just not do anything. But yeah, it's time to let out that wild side and let your hair down. Um, and it's not just always about adulting. Um, yeah, you can have fun. Okay. Yeah, it's about having fun as well. It's not. It's about the balance, man. That work and play. You can't just be working, 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 and you can't just be having fun, fun, fun. It's about the balance. There's time to be a child. There's time to be nurture your inner. There's a time to nurture. It's about nurturing your inner children and inner teenager, right? But it's about nurturing your inner child, um, paying attention to what your inner teenager wants as well, and also being an adult, because I'm also doing this like reparenting thing. It's like, yeah, I'm reparenting myself and stuff like that. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. The next card is Snake, so shedding. Um, we just come out of a snake year. I think it was last year, 2025, supposedly. Um, the date is different in Ethiopia. I think it's like 2017 in Ethiopia, um, which is I think is probably more the realist calendar. Yeah, because the calendar these days is just. I think the calendar was when the Romans said people had to pay taxes and stuff. So it's like, oh yeah, and there's actually 28 days in a month, not 31. And what's it called? There's how many months with it? There's 13 months. There's not 12 months as well. Um, and the start of the year is March, not in the middle of January. No, at the beginning of January. Sorry, because it's like you go with the seasons, yeah, and the season, New Year's March, like the beginning of spring, when life starts the rebirth, not in the dead of winter when everything is dead and decaying and dying. Like January, that's like deep winter. But yeah, you may be going through a period of shedding. Um, so old things coming up. I can relate to that. Childhood stuff coming up, teenage stuff coming up, traumas, triggers. There's a lot that could be coming up, but but it may be different this time round. You know, it may be like um, more awareness. If that makes sense. Okay. Guardian angel, you are not alone. So some of these may be feeling like you're going through a period of being lonely and disconnected and kind of isolated. Um, but you are never alone. Like I go through this as well. This is like a big part of me as well. Yeah, because sometimes like being on this journey, you can feel very lonely, man, and disconnected, um, and very separate. It's like, man, I just want to just find my tribe and just hang out, man, and vibe. Not like alone most of the time. You know, it's like, but it's good being alone, um, because that's how you find yourself as well. But there's it's like, where's the gang at? You know, where's my peeps? Like, I got peeps and stuff, but I don't know. I just wanna just, I don't know, like a little nice community, yeah, like building huts or something, um, little campfire barbecue and that. Dude, I'm just chilling, man. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I want to just chill. But yeah, you're never alone, man. Um, even though it can feel like that, but you're never alone. Um, some of you may need to find it. Some of you may find it hard to reach out to people or connecting with people or letting people in. Um, I guess it's a bit of most of my generation. We're going through this very weird period of like relationships. Like if you're conscious, I find because like I speak to a lot of conscious people, and it seems like the same subject keeps coming up, about being single and kind of wanting relationships. But it's like I don't know, it's a bit mad. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? All right, and then the mountain, stand your ground. So some of you need to set boundaries. Um, yeah, some of you need to set boundaries and speak your truth and not close down. Um, and stand your ground. Stand up for what you believe in. And being the black. Some of you are the black sheep. Right? And we go against the grain. We don't go with the norm. We go with the herd mentality. So it's about standing up for what you believe in. Like for some of you, it may be very difficult, right? Because if you grew up in like a religious household and the whole house is like religious, but you're more spiritual, right? It's gonna cause instant conflict, right? So some of you may be trying to navigate something like that. Um, but it's about standing up for what you believe in, um, and saying, yeah, this is my belief and that's your belief, and that's okay, you know. I know in some religions it's very frowned upon that you can get disowned and shit. But you still got to live in your truth though, and sometimes you have to walk alone, you know, to create the change. Anything that's great, anything someone great did, they went solo and and people said, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that, and they went and done it. So it's about just doing it and standing your ground and standing up for what you believe in. And yeah, just knowing that it's okay to be different, and you know, and you don't. this is a thing that's been coming up for me as well in counseling. Um, like setting boundaries with like family members and stuff. It's that you don't have to tolerate certain behaviors. Yeah, and it's like because they're family members, you think, oh, it's okay, it's normal, it's normal. Some of it is not normal behavior, and you have to step back, and yeah, you have to step back. But yeah, you have to stand your ground in this situation. There's a lot more. There's a lot going underneath. So you may be, that how iceberg, the top bit is only the small bit. The actual iceberg is very big. So there may be either some deep stuff coming up for you at the moment, or you need to go deeper, or someone is just very surface level and you can't go deeper with them. Oh, so where were you all coming from, man? You weren't here earlier. The hell? It's like it's like I'm in a ant nest at the moment or something. I might be near their nest. Oh no! All right. So they've just created this little. I'll show you. I'll let the inner nerd out. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, the ants. They've made like a little highway. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, no. Yeah, the ants are making a little highway. Like, and they've just literally come to my spot. So where's the nest? Yeah, they're making like a little channel here. It's funny. All right, and then the last card is Dream and Journey. So yeah, um, it's about having some kind of dream. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want to create in your life? Like, what do you? It's all right to have dreams. Like, oh yeah, I would like to drive this car. I'd like to do that. I'd like to go here. Write it down, and you can do it, man. There's nothing stopping you from doing it. It's only you who's stopping you from doing it. Um, some of these may want to go on a drum journey, like a shamanic drum journey. I think I might do one of them soon, actually. Um, some of you may be having very vivid dreams, or there's a lot going on dream-wise for you at the moment. Pay attention to your dreams because your dreams are also trying to tell you a message. Some of you may benefit from getting a dream catcher as well. It's interesting. Don't know, it's kind of coming to me. But yeah, that's it. That's all the reading. There's a nice little check-in. The nice day today. It's warm. I caught a bit of sun earlier, and the sun's starting to move this way now, so I'm kind of getting more of it. But it's like, yeah, I'm not trying to be in it too long and get toasted off. Um, yeah, I don't want to be in it too long. Uh, but yeah, um, yeah, I'm gonna hit you guys up real soon. I think I might start bringing cards out with me during the summer because it's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm out just chilling, I can hit the collective up with a reading. So I generally like doing card readings, but I'm trying to be mindful of my energy and then the energy that's going on collectively. So it's about trying to find a balance. But I might bring it with me. Um, if I do a reading, I'll do a reading. See how it goes. But yeah, sometimes I feel pressured to. Because when I first started doing the readings, it was like, oh, yeah, feel pressured to do it. It's like, no, you've got to do it when it feels right. Another moment it feels right. So I'm kind of going with that. But yeah, anyway, guys. I'm gonna hit you guys up real soon. Make sure you're trying to take as best care of yourselves as possible, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, love, and light, guys. Oh yeah, sorry for the video cutting out. Um, yeah, I was in the sun too long, and I was supposed to just couldn't hack it. That seems to be a another theme as well. My phone just getting overheated and just dying. So yeah, peace, love, and light, guys.